The Testament's Episode 5 preview and what to expect. The tea party in the previous episode gave the Greens their first experience of social interaction as young ladies preparing for marriage. But since Agnes and the other Greens just needed to win over the ants, it was a subdued but important occasion. In the upcoming event, the ball, the spotlight on them will be even more intense and blinding. The Greens' social debut, where they will be paraded in front of prospective husbands, is hinted at in the Testament's Season 1, Episode 5, titled Ball. Even though society balls appear to be thrilling, the ladies don't think the idea of attending one inside Gilead's repressive walls is as fantastic as they first thought. The synopsis of the episode is as follows. The appearance of elegance starts to crumble during a debutante-style gala when green females are paraded in front of commanders. Agnes learns that Garth's position has changed. Garth is identified as a member of the Mayday group, actively participating in a significant rebellion. The character Daisy observes Agnes's affection for Garth, suggesting a growing emotional connection, although Agnes's feelings seem to be expressed from afar. As the series progresses, particularly in Episode 5, it is anticipated that the storyline will further explore Agnes's personal confrontations and realizations, particularly in relation to events that took place during a dental appointment involving Dr. Grove. According to Chapter 5 of the Testament's book narrative, although it does not follow exactly from the first book, it is a continuation of the story and provides a resolution to the major narrative threads. Conversely, to fully comprehend it and recognize its complexities and overtones, one needs to be familiar with the transmedia story world, at least in its primary aspects, such as mainstream online activity and the serial, from both top-down and bottom-up perspectives. All the components are so interwoven that they had a significant impact on the second book, and they reveal their full significance only when examined collectively and in relation to one another. Therefore, as demonstrated in the second book, the issue of controlling, the conclusion is more about the extent of the influences and confluences between the numerous narrative elements. It can be argued that the second novel builds on both the first novel and the serial. It is also somewhat affected by the online world. It is impossible to identify a single document that influenced the more recent book, but it is possible to track the interactions between all the many components of the extensive story and observe how the Testaments reflect these interactions. The Testaments appear to be almost simple at first glance. Headland, 2020. Although it is situated in the same location as its predecessor, the theocratic Republic of Gilead, in the near future, it is more than 10 years away. It provides an insight into a new phase of the regime's evolution from where the previous novel concluded. 3 separate first-person narrators tell the story from various points of view that are determined by their distinct positions in this world. One of the regime's architects, Aunt Lydia, wrote the Ardua Hall holograph, which has a feminine sphere and the symbol of a fountain pen with a clenched fist. With an iron fist and a leather glove and a woolen mitten, she controls the women's side of the enterprise, and she keeps things orderly. In turn, the witness testimony transcript, which is a picture of a young woman with a ponytail, tells the tale of a teenage girl who grew up in Canada, who, after learning that she is the missing baby, chooses to return to Gilead. She and Nicole can contribute to the system's internal destruction. Even while the Testaments appears to be very different from its literary forerunner, in many respects, it is its complement, providing a conclusion and continuation of the narrative threads employed there. The narrative of The Handmaid's Tale is told from the viewpoint of an anonymous handmaid who has just lately been imprisoned by the system, constrained by her own circumstances, and largely oblivious to events outside of her bubble. The Testament's most recent episode ended with the character Agnes thinking back on her most recent dentist appointment, raising concerns about what had happened. The 4th episode of the series, which took a darker and more terrifying narrative turn, fulfilled the expectations of fans of The Handmaid's Tale. Fearing reprisals, Agnes decides not to denounce the character Grove, even though she is aware of the disturbing events. Although specifics are purposefully kept secret, there's also a suggestion that Grove has targeted another member of Agnes's social circle, which adds layers of suspense and mystery to the plot. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. See you in the next review.